evening, and welcome to our Facebook Live event for St. Lucie Public Schools MSAP schools. I'm Dr. Karen Crocco, the Outreach and Recruitment Specialist for the MSAP programs. It is my pleasure tonight to be here with the staff and principal of the Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie, Mrs. Jane Whitaker, Principal, Mrs. Nikki Gavoni, Assistant Principal, and Mrs. Jenny.Clancy, the Magnet Liaison and Fine Arts Specialist. So we have a lot to share with you today about the Creative Arts Academy, but to get you started, we're going to show you a video that gives you the highlights of what the school has to offer the students and families of St. Lucie Public Schools.
Do you dream of performing on stage, becoming the next Broadway star, or world-class musician or artist? Then Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie invites you to join the C.A.S.T. Students in kindergarten through 8th grade experience the joy of creative arts in all aspects of their school day. Combined with first-class academics, students excel in programs that include visual arts, vocal and instrumental music, dance, drama, musical theater, media, and graphic arts. Students perform in 2 unique venues, including the newly designed Black Box Theater and historic Auditorium. The Black Box Theater is home to dramatic one-act plays, monologues, poetry slams, and ensemble performances. The Auditorium hosts school and community events, award and Leader of the Month ceremonies, as well as multiple productions and gallery exhibits throughout the year. These programs develop and enhance the talents of students to realize their full potential as performers and artists, bringing the arts to life. Don't miss your chance to join the C.A.S.T. At Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie. We have a spot waiting for you.
All right, well, again, welcome to everyone who's just joining us. We are here to talk about the Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie, and we have the principal here with us today. Welcome, Mrs. Whitaker.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we're so glad you're here. So this is for our families in St. Lucie Public Schools who would like to know about our MSAP programs, and today we're going to talk about C.A.S.T.
Okay.
So what would you like to tell us about how C.A.S.T. has grown and changed, and for people maybe who have never heard about it, you know, just the things that the video maybe didn't get for us.
Okay, so back in 2017, our district actually received the MSAP grant that allowed us to change Fort Pierce Magnet School of the Arts, which many people in the community are familiar with right. that title, and allowed us to revamp the programs at the school, but part of that requirement was to change the name of the school. So when you get federal dollars, you're required to also change the name so that the community sees that things are different.
Right.
So then it became Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie in middle of 2018. And since then, we've been able to incorporate amazing programs that were not offered previously. We have elementary electives and resources that are K through 2 students are actually on a rotation, like you would normally see in a regular school setting, or K1. Sorry, we switched it this year. And then our 2nd through 5th grade actually have an opportunity to choose 2 electives, and then they get to focus on some of their areas of interest. And then by the time they get to middle school, we really are looking at our students focusing on a particular, what we call academy. You know, if our dance students, we like to really focus on dance. So it might be ballet and hip hop, but to really provide that unique opportunity of the arts that isn't offered anywhere else.
Right. Well, great.
Yep.
Super. So for the creative arts, I mean, parents and students who are interested in, you know, being creative in the arts, digital arts as well, is that right?
Right.
So how do you at C.A.S.T. integrate a creative arts education with a rigorous core content education so students are still, you know, career ready or college ready should they choose not to be an artist? Right.
Right, so we have lots of opportunities to be able to do that. And you had mentioned the digital arts. You know, we have digital arts and media arts, which really gets our students that hands-on professional learning opportunity. So it really engages the students, especially once they get into middle school, preparing them for a high school level experience. So, you know, they're running the cameras, they're editing, they're doing all the programming, they're doing the lights, camera, action. You know, the kids are you know, really running the program. You know, our teacher, Mr. Ryer, has just done a phenomenal job in getting the kids the experience of learning every single component of the program. Our graphic design is same way. You know, the students are learning that traditional art, but then they're bringing that art experience to the graphic digital learning experience through Adobe, and you know, giving the students the same experience a professional would, and learning from a professional, which is even better. So those experiences carry on, you know, into their high school years, and you know, they'll continue developing those once they, you know, go into the programs at the high school level to be career ready. And then we, you know, we'll be talking a little bit more, you know, later on in the show, you know, just about the academic, you know, how that is all fused together, you know, and how the arts are combined into that academic piece of it.
Okay. So with that combination of the academic, so we do combine those there for them. Okay, very good. Yep. So in addition to the arts being the focus of C.A.S.T, I know you also focus on leadership, correct? And as the magnet liaison and the fine arts specialist, Ms. Clancy, our fine arts specialist, and she's the head of the Lighthouse team.
She oversees all of our Leader in Me program and the implementation.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, Ms. Clancy, why don't you tell our audience what you can about Lighthouse and Leader in Me?
Hi everyone. So on our campus, you'll find students leading ceremonies like Leader of the Month and Honor Roll. You'll find older students mentoring in classrooms of younger students. You'll find students being a part of making decisions and having a voice at C.A.S.T. You'll find and hear adults, children, students, all using 7 habits language, such as being proactive and beginning with the end in mind. You'll find students leading family tours, students learning work habits and skills that they'll be able to use for the whole rest of their life. So incredible things happening with our Leader in Me program at C.A.S.T. Some highlights for us this year. We've already done 12 performances by our different arts classes, as well as having a Falloween, where our families and students participated in a trunk or treat and enjoyed games and food and various booths. It was a great time. We also had a STEAM night where our students and families created art bots. We saw lots of smiling faces that night, and it was a really good time as well. We're super excited for our literacy night that's coming up in January. Families will get to enjoy some food and some fun literacy games. We would love to come have you come to C.A.S.T and join us. We have set up tour Tuesdays. We have 4 left for the year. We have one on January 24th, February 7th, March 7th, and April 18th. And they're all led by our 8th grade student ambassadors. And if you'd like to come, you can just call the school and we'll set you up.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Clancy. So we also have with us, because at C.A.S.T, it's all about educating the whole child. We've talked about the arts. We're going to talk about a little bit more about academics. Leadership is a really big part of what they do at the Creative Arts Academy. So Ms. Gavoni is going to talk to us about other things you would expect in a K-8 experience as far as after-school activities and what they do. So Ms. Gavoni, welcome.
Welcome. Hi, Facebook family and friends. I'm Ms. Gavoni. I am the proud assistant principal of the Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie. So we have a very, very unique learning opportunity and learning experience to share with you if you decide to come to C.A.S.T. So all of our students get a very rigorous academic experience that you would find in all schools, but we up the ante here at C.A.S.T. So not only you get that opportunity in the classroom for the academics, but we bring the arts in the classroom as well. So for example, instead of doing a test, a quiz that can be very cumbersome, very rigorous. It may be 30, 50 questions. We may infuse that in where you may able to act out some of the foundations that you have learned in order to meet that standard. You may able to write a song. You may able to write a play. You may able to do a rap. You may able to do all sorts of vigorous arts projects in the classroom to meet certain standards in the classroom to make that unique experience for you. So for our middle school students are able to have advanced classes starting in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Our 8th grade students also get to have that unique high school experience as far as having Algebra 1 provided there at C.A.S.T. So you can start getting those credits early in order to go to high school. We have different clubs that are provided at C.A.S.T. We have a dance club, which we have some phenomenal dancers. You really have to come and see. And we have several shows throughout the year that the community can come in and take part into our very beautiful historic auditorium, so you can see some of the arts that we have here at C.A.S.T. So we have our dance club after school. We have a photography club that's provided after school as well as a band that's provided. So what I really love about C.A.S.T, and it's a very, once I say it, and I'll say it over and over again, very great and unique learning opportunity and learning experience. So not only you have the rigor of being in your academic classes where you're learning, you know, your English, your math, your science, your social studies, yes, you get that. But also you get a brain break where you get to be creative and innovative at the same time. You have where the left brain and the right brain is working together for that all-around human experience. So it's not just, you know, us there saying, okay, all right, we have a test, we have a quiz, but we also take care of that whole entire child, not just, you know, the academics. We do the social, we do the emotional, we do the mental. So it's that whole child experience. So if you get a chance to come on down and to, like Ms. Clancy just mentioned, just check out some of our tours. You can come, you can bring your little ones, bring the students. We have a wonderful historic school that has been around here in St. Lucie County for over 100 years, and we love for you to be a part of us.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gavoni. I have been able to be at the campus when they've been giving these tours. They are great tours, especially if you're not familiar with the campus. If you want to see the building, you have to come to pick up the vibe. And those are offered every Tuesday, second Tuesday of the month, and we'll talk to you about how you can get access to the school, and Ms. Clancy will set those up for you. So, Mrs. Whitaker, before we kind of, you know, wrap things up here, you know, already, what are things that maybe haven't been covered yet? Because I know so much goes on there, that there's always something going on whenever I'm on campus. So what else is there that maybe we haven't covered yet?
So
that's
one thing
unique?
I was going to say, one
Yeah.
thing that's very unique is the fact that every student from kindergarten through 8th grade receives an opportunity to take 2 electives. So that's very unique as far as, you know, public school experience, because normally especially in a K-8 situation, it's normally a single elective. You know, once you get to high school, it's a little bit different.
Right.
But we're excited that, you know, our students have an opportunity to be able to experience more than one area. You know, so that part of it is very unique. The campus is unique. You know, it's the oldest school in the district. It was built in the early 1900s, 1914, I believe. So it's very rich in tradition, and what's been a lot of fun, you know, being the new principal there, you know, meeting a lot of the families that had grandparents, parents and grandparents that attended that school when they were young. So you're seeing how the community has really, you know, identified with that school. And the county has extended their Peacock district to include our school into that. So, you know, we're looking at ways that we can expand, you know, our connections in the community for more and more people to know C.A.S.T is here and great things are happening. And just the opportunity that our students can receive when they come here. You'll feel the moment you walk on our campus that something is very different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That no doubt. And I'm there a lot, and I still feel it when I go, because it's growing and changing in the best of ways.
Yeah. Yep.
So if I'm a parent sitting in the audience right now, and I'm like, I'm not sure if it's right for my child, if it's right for my family, what kind of families or kids do you think are the right kids for C.A.S.T?
I would say any child that has an interest and a love for the arts. If they're an artist and they love to doodle, if they're a child that is interested, just likes being on that microphone or holding the brush, while they're singing. I remember doing that as a kid. Those kids that just have creative ideas and, want to learn a little differently. That's the beauty of also the arts integration, because there are opportunities where students may need a unique learning experience to learn a concept, maybe a science concept. They don't get it in the traditional setting in the regular classroom, but you put it to movement or music or to an art piece, then the light bulb goes off and they get that concept and that idea. And I think that's what's really unique about our school and how the arts are integrated throughout. So it's not just a, how do I want to say it, where we stay in our lanes as far as, science, music, or science, social studies, English, math are all over here and the arts are over here. No, those are really brought together, not just in the content classrooms, but we also bring those experiences into the fine arts classrooms and the creative arts, and giving them connections to transfer back to those core classes. Right. So there's so many unique things that are happening, through our learning experiences at C.A.S.T, that again, I think, for a parent that, isn't sure, where do I want my child to be? I would say if they have a love for the arts and want to try something unique, take a look at us, because it's a great place to be and great changes are coming. And another thing I wanted to mention too, I forgot to mention earlier, we're going to be implementing auditions. And this is something new, while we're under the grant, we haven't been we aren't permitted to use auditions as far as enrollment. But we can use auditions as an experience for the students, but also use it for placement. Are they at the beginning level, the intermediate, or the advanced? So this is something new that we're going to be implementing, and it's going to happen with our current students as well as our incoming students. Nice. And some people go, well, why are you having your current students audition? Well, we want our current students to see something different is happening here as well. Right. So giving them that opportunity to be those students that already have a little bit of experience can kind of show our new students coming in what it looks like as far as, doing that audition piece, what it would look like in art, bringing a portfolio, doing a quick little a read through for drama, or maybe singing a song, in groups of 4. It won't be, so intimidating that it's just a single student. But we're going to look at how we can show that things are different and things are happening new and improved.
Right. And this audition experience that I think you're planning and cultivating, is in process. It's the first year out. Right. It's not meant to be an in or out situation.
No,
it's to help
not at all.
Students and families find that, like you said, kids like to be creative. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't realize they were a good singer or a good dancer or had a knack for drawing or art. So it's going to help put them in the best place for the best experience.
Right. And, constantly, when you're in the performing arts or, in the arts in general, you're constantly in a performance mode. So we want to give students that opportunity to be confident, when they're doing auditions. They're going to be trying out for, plays and parts and trying out for solos later in their experience when they're with us. So we want to give every student, the opportunity to get confident in building those skills, because even that's a skill that's going to carry them into interviews for jobs, later. So the more confident they are as, young students, building up through, that's going to carry on into their college and career.
Okay.
So,
Career readiness,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, no matter when they get to
Yes.
it, we have to get them ready.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, as I look at our Facebook feed, it doesn't look like we have any questions. Your
We
team,
must have answered them
your
all.
team did a great job answering all the questions.
Yep.
You know, and if you are interested in applying for a spot in the magnet school, you can do that through the St. Lucie Public School website. If you would type into the search engine on the district's homepage, just type in MSAP. It'll take you to the magnet page, which will give you information on the 3 MSAP schools, and that's what's showing on the screen right now. Right now, we are in the regular registration, and that registration closes on February 3rd. We are also having tomorrow night an expo here at the school district. From 5:30 to 7:30, the Creative Arts Academy of St. Lucie, Samuel Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies, and Fort Pierce Westwood Academy, the West Prep Magnet, will all be here with teachers and staff and faculty and robots and dancers and singers and just all kinds of things. It'll be 3 rings. It might not be a circus, but it'll be very engaging so you can learn about the magnet schools. So if you or your child or your neighbor, your grandchild, you think might be interested in a magnet school, we would encourage you to come tomorrow to the Magnet School Expo here at the school board office in St. Lucie County. Okay, and I think that's it. Anything else? Well, we still have just a little bit of time to give it one more scroll.
I think we've hit everything.
And we're good.
So,
all right.
Thanks so much for having us.
Mrs. Clancy, Ms. Gavoni, thank you for being here. And Mrs. Whitaker, thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.